The year is 1969. That's 21-year-old Earl Blumenauer talking to KGW.
Well, we've already been conducting a rather vigorous effort to organize chapters on.
He was leading the movement in Oregon to lower the voting age to 19. Like so many in the nation, then Citizen Blumenauer felt younger people needed a voice.
Once again, are you going to win in Oregon?
We surely think so.
One of the bills passed by the House today extends property tax exemptions to religious groups.
4 short years later, in 1973, Earl Blumenauer stepped into his first elected position to the Oregon House.
Representative Earl Blumenauer, also of Portland, supported it.
And this language, I think, clarifies the intent that if they are used solely for these purposes, they are to be exempt.
For the next 52 years, Earl Blumenauer would serve his community. First in the state legislature, then as Multnomah County Commissioner.
I'm Sam Thomas at the Sheraton Lloyd Center with Earl Blumenauer. The latest figures show Blumenauer ahead with 52% of the vote over Alice Corbett, the incumbent. Are you happy about that?
Yes, ecstatic.
A position he held for 8 years.
Earl Blumenauer, the former Multnomah County Commissioner, is running unopposed in this election.
Then, in 1986, he took on a role at Portland City Commission. So eager to start work, he asked for an office at City Hall early. Through the years,
and we would like to welcome back Portland City Commissioner Earl Blumenauer.
KGW viewers would see Earl Blumenauer join us on many election nights, helping us make sense of the changes voters would usher in every few years.
But it worked out all right, and I want to express my appreciation.
Then, in 1996, in a special election, the voters ushered him to a seat in the U.S. House to represent Oregon's 3rd District.
Earl Blumenauer is now speaking, so we want to listen in.
The public has heard, they've responded, it's making a difference.
And he has made a difference. He would be reelected a dozen times, serving until he announced his retirement early in 2024.
When is your final day as a U.S. representative? It's the 2nd of January.
Legislator, commissioner twice, and U.S. congressman for nearly 3 decades. Earl Blumenauer always felt his call was to serve his community.
As you know, I've spent a lifetime working on livable communities. And I'm proud of what we did.
Which will bring him, in retirement, back home to the city where he started his work half a century ago, to help shape the next chapter in Portland's future, but this time as a private citizen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
And earlier this month, in his final words on the floor of the U.S. House, you might say he summed up his philosophy of service.
I come to the floor the last time I will address this chamber after 28 years in Congress. My goal as a member of Congress was to leave this place a little better than I found it.
But also sent a message into the future.
And I guess my last piece of advice that I leave to the people that are coming in the next Congress is to focus on things that bring people together. And I hope in the new Congress, people will employ it in ways that will make a difference. Heaven knows we need to do it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back.